Hey all, Ryan here from Planetary Lapidary, and welcome to another episode of Freeform Fridays, where I take rocks and fossils I find on the western shore of Lake Michigan, shine them up and make them look pretty. So this week, I am going to do another fishing lure. So if you're just tuning in about my fishing lure stuff, I started making fishing lures this spring out of stone. So this was the prototype, the original one that I made, and I actually took it fishing this spring on my fishing trip, and I actually caught 11 fish on it. So, and second cast right off the dock when I got there was actually a keeper walleye, which I'll put a picture of right now. So what the plan is I'm gonna I have this little line of stones over here that I'm gonna make into lures that same shape. It seems like that shape is a really good shape. So I'm gonna make a little bigger one. Let me get this wet. I'm not 100% sure what this is exactly, but I'm gonna make a lure out of it. You know, like I feel like that underwater totally looks like a fish or something moving through. So I feel like this pattern will work under there. So I'm gonna make it that same shape. I'm gonna put a slant going up this way and then convex the bottom of it just so it swims through the water. I might do something a little different with the hole this time. I don't know though, but I'll have to drill a couple holes once I get that shape down. But yeah, let's get started. I have a little bit of shaping to do, so I'm gonna start on the 80 grit on the 8-inch flat lap. So let's get grinding. Okay, so I have the general shape. I'm gonna start kind of like this. So now I just gotta drill a hole here, and then I can grind it even further. It's just easier to put the holes in now and to grind down to the holes rather than trying to get them close to the edge. So I just have a dish of water, a little piece of wood for underneath, and then the water is just tall enough to go over the top of this. And I'm just gonna go with it's like an 1/8 inch diamond bit for the Dremel, and we're just gonna punch our 2 holes. Okay, so now we have our 2 holes drilled, so now I can further shape it down and get just a little bit closer to the edges, because getting split rings through rock like this is not easy, so you got to get pretty close, and then it's going to get quite a bit thinner too when the shape gets on there. So I'm going to shape the bottom, put the slant on the top, so I'll lose a bit of this stone, but that's okay because it's pretty heavy right now. But we're gonna just keep going on the 80 so I can get my slant on there and just take this edge off, and then we'll jump down to the 100. So all right, let's get going. Okay, so we went through all the discs. I didn't hit it with a finish disc because you don't really need to. It's going to be underwater. And then I put the 2 split rings on and a hook. I didn't really have a trailer for the hook, but this is what we came up with. So I put it like a concave on it. Here, let me see if I can get it sideways here. Like I put like a concave or a convex on it from the front to the back, and then I put my beveled edge on the back. So that should make it pretty aerodynamic, I think, or like, you know, I'm trying to put angles on this thing so the water hits it and it just shoots around in the water. I think I did good. I left the sides like a little bit taller, and then the front and the back, like I said, are slanted down. The back of it had, you can see that white thing right down the middle there. It just had a deep cut in there. It must have been from the saw or something. And I didn't want to take that much off, so I didn't go down, but it doesn't matter. Again, like I said, it's underwater and it's still got flash. It took a good shine. There you can see the beveled edge on the bottom. So yeah, it should work out. I might put a little like tail, like a little silver tail on this one too, just so it clinks around a little bit more attention, but I think it should work out. It turned out just how I wanted. It's not exactly shaped like the first one, but that's kind of what I wanted. I gotta test these shapes out to see if they work. So, all right, if you like this video, leave a like, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for some close-ups at the end, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.